how arrogance is the downfall of many a villain. Now here, I'm not here to list all the examples. I'm sure if you wanted to, you can easily find all the examples you want online. But this video was inspired by a specific example. I was just rewatching the Cell vs Gohan final fight in Dragon Ball Z, and I was watching on YouTube, and it first off, it brought back memories. I watched this for the first time as a kid, back when my parents didn't like me watching cable. But this was my first exposure to anime, though at the time I didn't know it was anime. So this is another common example. So spoiler alert, but Cell from DBZ is another common example. Now this doesn't always happen, and even in the same series you can point out that, what about Majin Buu? Was he really finally conquered or beaten by arrogance? No. Majin Buu was beaten by just, I would say, sheer power. Spoiler alert. Goku, along with the help of everybody around and everyone on Earth, made a big enough solar flare to kill him. However, I mean, how many times have you seen some villain get the upper hand and then just run with it? I mean, some good guys have done the same thing too. And so, two prominent examples are Vegeta. Vegeta had the chance to kill Cell after he had taken up, I believe it was 17, but not yet 18. So Vegeta had come out of the hyperbolic time chamber much stronger than the evolved Cell, but he decided to not just stop, but help. Wait, let me say that again. Not just let Cell get to his final form, but he aided in that. But of course, Vegeta is a special example. From the start, Vegeta's purpose was always to be the strongest in the entire universe. We saw that again in the Majin Buu saga when he turned on Goku. But it's the same thing here. So, for me personally, I think Vegeta is a special example. He was always arrogant to the point of wanting to be the best. So, at the end of the day, he never really cared about Goku, you know, beating the bad guys or whatever. I mean, he did to a certain degree, but at the end of the day, he let that happen. But Cell is another prominent example. For whatever reason, I guess it was arrogance as well. He wanted to test the limits, so he didn't just, you know, when he hit his final form, he didn't just kill everyone and say, I'm going to kill them now before maybe get stronger than me. He was arrogant. He's like, I've now achieved perfect form. Nothing can stop me. And then he also aids. I can't say he learned that from Vegeta, but maybe the 18 in him may have changed that. But he in fact aids Gohan in achieving his SSJ2 form. I know it's getting pretty nerdy in here. His SSJ2 form in order to beat Gohan. Not because he thought Gohan could beat him, but because he's like, I'm so powerful now, no one can beat me. And then what do we find? We find that there's always someone stronger. Once the Majin Buu arc hits, we found out there's tons of people stronger. The Kais, the forms of Buu, certain fusions, Pycon, I think that's his name, and so many people. And then it was sad how it ended, obviously, and then DBGT came. Of course, it's filler, and so we can't really use that, but it seemed like had Akira Toriyama continued the series, it would have gotten to a point where it was interstellar, intergalactic in terms of fighting capabilities. But there's always someone stronger. That's how the series progresses. So arrogance is always the downfall, and I think it's such a cliche that's been overdone in too many stories. I feel like to add some spice into it, I think the new flavor that will revolutionize these things is a villain who understands that he is not the strongest in the world. He's strong, but he knows, like, he doesn't take chances. When the opportunity is given to him to choose between gloating over his power and arrogance and almost aiding his enemies in powering up in order to defeat them again, just to show him how, like, nothing can defeat him, or the other choice of just killing them all there, taking no chances. I think if he does the latter, like, that would be something new. Again, it reminds me of Austin Powers. There's that scene where Dr. Evil just, like, I mean, it's obviously comedic, but he's like, I'm going to throw you into a shark tank that is highly escapable, and I'm not gonna watch you die because it won't be a problem. And it's done a lot in James Bond, and it's done too much all the time. And I mean, even in other anime or manga like Fairy Tail, it's like, it's too, what's the word? It's too homespun in the same way. Like, think about it. In Fairy Tail, a lot of the villains are like, haha, now no one can defeat me, haha, and they spend like hours giving speeches and stuff, and they don't kill off the enemies. They just, like, derp around, and then the enemies, and then our heroes win out and get stronger or whatever and beat them. So it is something that should at least give some thought to be pondered. And I'll see you guys later.